What's up, everybody? So we are back. Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 4, Crabs in a Gold-Plated Barrel. I enjoyed this episode. I really did. This was another good-ass episode. Leah, as usual, was pissing me off. Leah, every episode, always got to be such an ass. Like, she really does. Like, and she need to really pay attention to her marriage. Her marriage is hanging on by a very, very thin fucking thread. Let's just put it that way. Like, her marriage is practically on life support right now. That bitch is almost dead. That marriage is almost DOA at this point. Raymond is fed up with her ass. Let me tell you something. Raymond has been sick of her ass since the first episode. You can see by the looks that he be giving her. Like, he is just getting to that point where her, like, he's about to say fuck this marriage. Like, he is getting there. They sitting up in the marriage counseling office. They supposed to be doing marital counseling. She get a phone call from Teddy, basically telling her like to handle this Angela shit. You take a phone call from your daddy in the middle of trying to save your fucking marriage. Raymond was tight, and I would have been too. Like, he is so over it. Like, he is sick and tired of feeling second best to her father. It's like, damn, when it comes down to her father and her husband, she always team father instead of team husband. And her excuse is, well, for years it's always been me and my dad. So what? That ain't no damn excuse. Your husband needs you. He needs you to be a damn wife. Not always a businesswoman. Not always daddy's little girl. You need to be attentive to him. Like, what the hell? I don't blame Raymond not one damn bit. He over it. And the mere fact that she took that call when that call could have waited, like your marriage, fixing your marriage is more damn important than your father and his issues that he created. And he still want to blame her for it. Well, it was the slip of your tongue. You was out here fucking around. You was the Rolling Stone back in the day. And now she got to fix your shit. I mean, granted, she the one that publicly outed it at the damn party like a dummy. But still, this was your mess. You need to clean this shit up. Ain't nobody tell you to sit out here and be no little hoe back in the day. You know, you should have kept it in your pants and kept your ass at home. What they say in the movie, love should have brought your ass home last night. I know that shit right. Um, but yeah, Teddy, you need to fix your own damn mess. Like, she need to fix her marriage. Cause Raymond is tired of it. Like, he is over it. And then she was supposed to be having dinner with Raymond, and she had to go to a damn business meeting because her father was like, I don't give a damn about you having dinner with Raymond. Dinner plans. He was like, this is urgent. This is business. I need you at this meeting. Raymond can wait. And here she go, putting her daddy and his business over Raymond again. I'm like, your father is the chairman of the board. What the fuck he need you at the meeting for? He the boss. He could do he did most of the talking at the meeting anyway. So what she needed to be there for? She wasn't doing nothing but sitting there saying very little, very little words. She only said something here and there. He took over the meeting. So he couldn't deal with that meeting by himself. You should have been at home having dinner with your husband. Like, Raymond was sitting there sipping his drink with his dinner sitting on the table, and he just sitting there by his damn self. I'm like, yeah, y'all marriage is about over. It's done. You might as well stick a fork in it. That bitch is done. Um, so Raymond was tight with her. Like, he was pissed at her ass. And I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Because earlier, Raymond had a business meeting with one of the dudes from the Kingsmen or the Kingship, that little program that they do or whatever. He was having a business meeting with him, poaching him to be an investor and stuff and to help him get Darman back, purchase the company back or whatever. He was going to send the guy the financial reports and stuff like that. He called his assistant, like, email me the financial reports. She basically told him he's been locked out of the damn reports. He can't even see the reports. So he was pissed at Leah because he was like, oh, I was locked out of the reports or whatever. I can't even see a projection or nothing like that. So she was like, oh, it must be an accounting error. He looked at her like, really? An accounting error? He knew what it was. Teddy done locked his ass out of that report. He ain't stupid. And she said, and she ain't stupid. She knew Teddy locked him out. She knew it. And then on top of that, You're lying to him about that, and then on top of it, you're lying to him about what your father is really doing with that company. Like he's using Darman for his shady shit, and you're not even telling your husband about it. Like that's what's pissing Raymond off because when push comes to shove, she keeps choosing her father, and he's over it. He's fucking over it at this point, and I do not blame that man. I don't blame him. So he ended up flying out to New York or whatever, and he told her, I got a couple meetings or whatever, I got stuff to do. So she was like, yeah, well, Darman just closed the big deal or whatever. He was like, you gonna care to give me details? She said no. See, that right there pissed him off again because it's like when he asks you for details about Darman business, you don't want to tell him. And you still sitting there, no, I don't want to give you details. Right then and there, he was frustrated even more. And she was like, oh, so when are you coming home? Yada, yada, yada. He hung up right in her face. All you heard was the phone go beep, 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 beep. That means he hung up on your ass. I was here for it. I was totally here for Raymond hanging up in her face. That goes to show Raymond is fed up and he is not taking her shit no more. So he went to New York to go meet up with his ex-wife, who happens to be the beautiful Melissa Del Sosa. I was like, wait a minute. Um, yeah, if y'all don't know, that woman is fine. She's been in all the 90s stuff back in the day. Like most TV shows, she had guest appearances and stuff, and she was in The Best Man with Morris Chestnut. She played in that movie. Remember Merch? She was Merch's ex and stuff. Um that's my boo. She still look good after all these years. She like in her 50s and she still look bomb. So apparently they used to be married and stuff like that. And the way she was looking at him, obviously it's still some feelings there. Like she still want to get down with the get down. So basically she's a reporter or something like that. A financial reporter or whatever. So she need him to help. He need her to help get some dirt on Teddy, like financial records, all that stuff. Like he need the dirt. He ready to take Teddy ass down. And at this point, he don't give a damn what Leah think. He don't need Leah all up in his business. He said Leah don't need to know shit that I'm doing. It's a wrap. He was like, she don't even know what I'm doing. I need this because he was like, I'm taking Teddy ass down. He done had enough. He want his company back. He tired of feeling like he's second best, and he's tired of letting Teddy run his company. You know what I'm saying? Like his family worked their ass off to build up that company. He want that shit back, and he not stopping till he get it. So anyway, moving on from that, Tyreek. Tyreek pissed me off. I'm still mad that he put them cameras in that house. I was so tight about that. Like you sitting here, being all loyal to this family, and they don't give a fuck about you. Like Teddy is using you, and when him and Leah was playing tennis, even Tyreek admitted that Leah never really liked him in the beginning, and the same way she's treating Angela is how she treated Tyreek in the beginning when Teddy took him under his wing, like telling people at boarding school that he was her father's little pet project or whatever. Like she doing the same thing. She talking about, oh, but I never did that. Yes, she did. Stop lying. Um, and she sitting here basically telling Tyreek, oh, you need to figure out where your loyalties lie and stuff. And basically, it was kind of shown where his loyalties lie because the next day he was up in there taking them cameras down that he put in. I say, good job, Tyreek. Good job. But, when Angela find out that you put them shits up there to spy on her for Teddy, oh, she gonna kick your ass to the curb when she find that shit out. I already could sense it. I could see it now. But I am glad he took them cameras down. I said it's about time you made a smart move because them people do not care about you. They don't see you as an equal. They don't see you as one of them. They treat Tyreek, especially Leah, the same way they treat Angela, like you're beneath them. That's how you were treated. That's how they're gonna continue to see you. Just like at the dinner party, at the business meeting. I ain't even gonna say dinner party. At the dinner business meeting that Leah and Franklin went to. I mean Leah and Teddy. They went there to go talk, have a little dinner meeting or whatever with the people from the basketball team. Because remember, he's building that stadium, but he's also trying to buy a majority share of the basketball team. And the commission, the board, they all agreed or whatever. They approved him buying it or whatever. But the other members, I guess, of the committee or whatever, or the board, they're not happy because they talking about all his scandals and stuff that recently came out about Angela and all that. So they're not comfortable with that. My thing was looking at that table, it was so you could just feel the racism radiating off those people. Like that table was just full of racism, just racist. Like calling the area that he was building the Coliseum at, the stadium, calling it a urban area. I don't like that when white people say that, urban. You know what I mean? Like it gives you just it leaves a bad taste in your mouth when they say that shit because you know how to read between the lines of what they're really saying. Why it got to be urban? Why can't it just be this area or whatever? Like we know what you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like just all type of racism. And Teddy felt it, and Leah felt it too. And this was actually one of the moments in this entire so far the season where I actually like Leah and Teddy because they got up and walked the hell out that room. And I so agree. Because Leah was dead on. She was like, no matter how much money you make these white people, I'm paraphrasing, she ain't say white people, but no matter how much money you make them, they still gonna see you as who you are. You know, see only the color of your skin. That's all they gonna see, no matter how rich you make them. And I agree with that statement. It's so true because even in the workplace, I've dealt with that. No matter how hard I work, they only see one thing on you. I've dealt with that shit too, so I can relate. Um, but Teddy handled that shit like a boss. Teddy was like, I don't give a damn what they think of me or what they see. Only thing matter to me is what I think of myself. I know that shit right, and I agree with Teddy wholeheartedly. Um, Teddy basically, because he had a violinist or whatever sitting there playing, he said, and that man stopped playing on cue. As soon as he did like this, he said, Then he nodded to the people. They started taking that food off that table. I said, I know that shit right, Teddy. Take your food back. He took the food back. I loved it. Um, and they walked right on out that room. Because what pissed me off was since they don't like the moves Teddy making or whatever, now they sitting here talking about they got other potential new buyers of the team. Basically trying to, put him out there. Like they don't want him buying the team now. I'm like, of course. I even without the scandal, I don't think they would have ever wanted Teddy in charge. They never would have wanted Teddy to be the majority owner of that basketball team. Talking about our sponsors and all that bullshit. Um, so later on, Leah and Teddy actually met with the guy and informed him the same little racist Kentucky Fried dude that was sitting over there because he looked like the man from KFC. They informed him because he was in renegotiations on something. So they ended up stealing that business deal out from under him. And Teddy was like, look, my name gonna be all over these products. He said every knife, every fork. I said, I know that shit right, Teddy. I love it. I love it. As much as I can't stand Teddy and Leah, I fucking love how they pull the wool over that man eye. They got his ass together. Um, But Leah need to stop panting to her father. Like she really need to stop, chasing after him and stuff because now she talking about, oh, let me in, talking about confide in me. And he finally told her about his Parkinson's disease and stuff like that, and how he wanted her to run the company and stuff. Um, what pisses me off is that he keeps manipulating her. Like when they were sitting down or whatever eating before, he kept trying to bring up the fact that, oh, I do have another daughter, trying to insinuate that he'll leave Franklin Holdings to Angela. And we all know he wouldn't do that shit. He not gonna leave that shit to her. Ain't no way in the world. He just kept trying to manipulate Leah to do what he wanted her to do by threatening her position. Talking about, oh, I'm not gonna live forever. I ain't gonna this. And I do have another daughter. I could lead the company. Oh, please. You need to stop that foolishness, Teddy, because we already know you are not doing all of that. You ain't leaving nothing. So anyway, moving on from that. I don't know what kind of game Taylor playing, but it's about to be some lesbian drama up in here. It looks like it's about to be a lesbian triangle forming because now she trying to kiss all up on Nikki and stuff, and Nikki was kind of looking like she was about to let it happen when they was outside until Lauren popped up. And now, Lauren ready to be exclusive with Taylor or whatever. Like, she ready to be out in the open with her. But Taylor let her know. She was like, well, in order for this shit to work, you need to be nicer to Nikki or whatever. That's your cousin, and she really dope. I was like, Lauren, you didn't see that kiss that they almost had? You didn't peep that? I'm pretty sure you would stand there for a good minute, so I know you had to see them all up on each other. But we already know Lauren is not going to be nice to Nikki for too long. Even if she is, it's probably going to be nice, nasty. You know how people do, especially bougie people. She get it from her mama. Um, but later on and stuff, when Angela had her party or whatever, her grand opening for her brick and mortar, um, Taylor and Nikki was kissing. And I remember Lauren was at that party because at first I'm thinking Lauren was gonna come out there and see them kissing, but nah, she ain't. I guess she left or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it's about to be some messy drama. It really is. It's about to be mess, and I really hope that Nikki starts standing up for herself. I really do. I really, really hope she starts standing up for herself because she just, like she was telling Angela's best friend and stuff, who came to help with the party and get everything together. I love her, by the way. She flashy. I love it. She mad flashy, flamboyant as hell. Like she just out there, and I love that shit. Her energy is just mad fun. Um, like she just felt like she wasn't as strong as Angela and stuff. And her friend was like, "Yes, the fuck you are." She was like, "You are strong. You just gotta find it within yourself. Like you really do. Nikki can be strong." And it's time to take the gloves off. I understand Nikki likes to be nice and stuff, and I think she suffers from a little bit of low self-esteem. But I'm glad by the end of it, she started coming into her own at that party because at first she didn't want to be the face of Eve's Crown because she didn't want that spotlight and attention to be on her. You know what I mean? She didn't want that. But then she changed her mind and was like, I'm gonna do it. And I'm glad she gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? She could be the voice of the voiceless. Like she could really just uplift young girls her age. And I think that's dope. So I'm glad she decided to do that. Um so anyway, moving on from that, Angela. Angela and Leah. Whew, Lord have mercy. When they was at the meeting at Franklin Holdings for the incubator program and stuff, and they were going around the table and everybody was, talking about their accomplishments and stuff like that and what they did, where they graduated from. Angela was like, well, I went to Howard or wherever, and she was like, I didn't graduate, I didn't finish, but she was like, I got an MBA or whatever in raising a child. I said, okay, well, that's a lot of women, but all right. If that's your claim, I mean, if that's what you want to do. Then this other chick that was sitting next to her, Renata, whatever her name is, she tried to insinuate, well, she pretty much tried to put it out there that the only reason Angela was in the incubator program was because she's a Franklin. And I love how Raymond clapped back at her ass and was like, your aunt made a phone call too, and she's a congresswoman. And she made a phone call to get you up in here your damn self, so don't sit there and throw stones. I freaking love that. I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Raymond. Her little sedity ass, acting like she didn't get there by playing nepotism. Um, I honestly feel like Angela and Leah need to come to some type of consensus. Like they need to do something because this is getting out of hand at this point. It's mostly Leah. Like she gonna sit there talking about something. Oh, my family don't owe you nothing. Maybe a little back child support. Now that shit had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was funny. I said it is true though. Teddy do owe some back child support. I'm just saying. But Leah need to know how to play this game because Angela is not even trying to come for the company. Like she doesn't even want Franklin Holdings. She's trying to build her own brand, her own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Have her own identity. Like she's not trying to take what you feel is yours. That's not even what she wants. So it's like, why are you trying to knock her down when she doesn't even want that shit? You know what I mean? So she wanted her to present a presentation or whatever, so she started, doing videos or whatever, the girls in the social club or whatever that Leah's in charge of, started interviewing them and they started talking and stuff. And Leah popped up at the meeting or whatever. And she took everything that Angela said out of context and had her friend recording the shit. Because she was like, oh, I'm trying to get a bag or whatever. Talking about I'm trying to get to the bag or whatnot. And Leah gonna sit there talking about something, so you only see your customers as a payday. I'm like, first of all, that's not what she said. Second of all, you just said a key word, customers. That means paying, right? I mean, at the end of the day, Angela is all for uplifting women, making them look beautiful, building up their self-esteem, and she's all for black, good black hair care. But at the end of the day, ain't none of that shit free. So of course you're gonna make some money off of it. That's your living. That's how you take care of your family. You know what I'm saying? How do you think Franklin Holdings and all these other companies that create products and services and stuff like that, y'all care about y'all customers? Keyword, customers. You're making money off of them, aren't you? So how you gonna sit there and try to flip it on her like, oh, she a gold digger or something? How is she a gold digger? She's not asking Teddy for nothing. She ain't coming to him for no money. She not filing lawsuits against him. She didn't do none of that. She just trying to build her brand. She didn't ask him to invest financially in her business. Nothing. She didn't ask him for a dime. She's building her shit up from the ground floor. And I knew Leah was gonna try to use that video, and she did. Blasted it all over social media. Now everybody turned against Angela or whatever. And what pissed me off with Leah was, I mean, I understand people are trying to see this thing from Leah's point of view, and I get it. She's upset. But I feel like she's upset at the wrong damn people. Like, she claims she's not mad at Angela or whatever, but you're trying to destroy her, though. For something, for what? She's not after what you think is yours. And furthermore, she gonna sit there talking about, oh, I'm ashamed of you. I'm not even mad at you. I'm ashamed of you. Leah, I'm ashamed of you and your bougie ass attitude. And then she talk about how she mad at Angela's mother. So you're mad at Angela's mother, but you're not mad at your father, though. I don't understand that logic. She's mad at Eve, but you're not mad at Teddy. Teddy was the one who was out here fucking. Ain't nobody forced him to do that. He was out here fucking around because he wanted to. Be mad at your father. So they get ready for the party or whatever for the grand opening, and nobody really, barely at the party and whatnot. So her friend came to the rescue. But I did love the speech that Angela gave, though. That was a dope ass speech that she gave. It really was hot. Even Leah was looking like, impressed and shocked and stuff like that. And I was like, exactly. She took the higher road. Like, Angela definitely took the higher road. And, she turned that shit to her advantage. And she let people know. Like, if you're here for good black here and stuff like that and the uplift, then stay. But if you're here for tea and gossip and stuff like that, then you need to turn your ass around and leave. I was here for that. And her friend set the party off. Like, she had a bunch of motherfuckers coming up in there. They turned up at that party. And Aunt Piggy, she was live streaming it on social media and stuff, and everybody was like, oh, this party lit. So she got a lot of great press off of that. You know what I mean? A lot of great press. So it really turned things around for her. And I'm happy because I really want to see Angela thrive and get this business off the ground. You know what I mean? But I also love what she said to Leah when they was at Leah's house. Like, she told her, you are basically told her what the title of the episode is. She's a crab in a gold-plated barrel. I said, exactly. And it harkens back to what she said to her previously. You are a slave to your own people. Like, she's a slave to that society. You care too much about what other motherfuckers think. You know what I mean? You feel like you got to have this image. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are human at the end of the day. It's like, stop looking your nose down at people. Because everything that you got can be taken away from you like that. And that's what she need to understand. So anyway, who the hell put them dreads on homeboy? Angela baby daddy. Who put dreads on his ass? Like, who put that shit on him? I was like, I don't know how I feel about him with them locks. And that's Derek from the show Hit the Floor. I was like, who the fuck put them things on his head? That looked like the shit Lucius had on season 6 of Empire when he came back from being on the run. So anyway, basically she want him pretty much to know Nikki and Nikki to know him or whatnot. And he was like, shit, after all these years? He was like, so after 17 years? But her mother was sending him pictures of Nikki while he was up in there and stuff. And, when he stopped getting the pictures, he knew something was wrong. So she told him, she was like, yeah, my mom died. So she just want Nikki to know that she got more family out there. Because she talking about, we made that decision that you wasn't going to be a part of her life. He said, no, you made that fucking decision. And she was like, yeah, motherfucker, because you made the decision to go to prison. I was like, okay, so when he getting out of prison so Nikki could go meet him or whatever, because I wonder what her reaction going to be to all of this. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.